After the disastrous events of the Grenfell Tower fire in 2017, which left 70 dead and many more injured, Parliament rallied to pass the Building Safety Act 2022, which will be referred to as the BSA, seeking to improve building safety in high-rise buildings with a particular focus on fire safety and structural defects. The BSA is significant for the purchasers of high-risk properties defined as buildings of over 18 meters in height or that are more than 6 stories tall, as stricter regulations now apply to these buildings. It makes it potentially harder to secure a mortgage on the property or to sell it in the future if the relevant regulatory requirements are not met. For the sake of this video, there are 2 key regulatory requirements on high-risk buildings which we will discuss. The first being the disclosure of building safety information, and the second being cladding remediation costs. Firstly, conveyancers acting on behalf of the buyer must now ensure that the seller provides them with a fire risk assessment report, which will detail whether the building has any fire safety issues and the relevant steps required to address them. The conveyancer will also need to confirm whether the works have since been completed or whether the issue remains unresolved and report these to the buyer and potentially the lender before proceeding with the purchase. For high-risk buildings built after the 28th of April 2022, the conveyancer acting on behalf of the buyer should also ensure that they receive a copy of the completion certificate for the building, issued by the Building Safety Regulator, which certifies that the property has complied with building regulations as well as BSA requirements. Follow for part 2, where we will focus on cladding remediation costs.